Hey guys, I have to apologize. I'm at cheer camp, so I look like I'm in a dungeon, but just go with it. So, for my communication plan, I chose to do the University of Oregon Athletic Department. Um, and it's kind of cool to kind of, dig into the athletic program and find information that I wouldn't necessarily even, I guess, care about, but wouldn't take the time to go and research. So I thought it was really cool that this assignment um, allowed us to research these programs or departments um, that we may be familiar with, but not in the nitty gritty details. Um, Something um, that I kind of took away with was um, the crisis plan. I thought it was kind of cool that whereas University of Oregon doesn't necessarily have a crisis plan or the scenarios set out, but they do have um, a team that will deal with these crises, and they kind of broke it down, which I believe it's probably very similar to a lot of the programs that you guys chose. But it was kind of cool to see that there was a plan if a crisis was to occur, and the phone tree and just kind of the organization behind what to do when these crises do occur or crises do occur. Um, Something else that I thought was kind of cool was I guess looking into preparing for a crisis. There's I guess maybe I'm a positive person, but I don't necessarily think about things going bad. So trying to figure out for the forecasting, preparing for a crisis, I kind of had to kind of think about what could happen on the field, and like the death of an athlete or a fan, or these things that I wouldn't think of if I hadn't been doing this project. And now I feel like I'll be a little bit paranoid, but it was cool to kind of think about there's scenarios that can happen all the time that we as spectators or fans don't think about. Whereas if you work in athletic the athletic field or the athletic department field, you kind of are aware all the time. Always on, not necessarily pins and needles, but always on your A game in case one of these crises do occur. Then you can kind of, be able to express what happened and be the first point of contact, or if the president of the university or however your program works, but be the first point of contact if there is a crisis. So I thought that was kind of cool too. Let me see. Um, and then I guess that's kind of what I learned too, is just always be on your A game as someone that works in the athletic department, or is the head of a department in a YMCA or sports facility. You always have to be on your A game, and you always have to kind of know what's going on, and always have an action plan ready in case of an emergency or a crisis. So yeah, I really enjoyed this project. It made me sit down and think about things that on a day to day basis we don't, as fans or spectators or even student athletes. There's things that I never thought of. So I thought that was super cool. So yeah.